It's afternoon. We didn't get to it this morning, so we're reading the NIV right now in the afternoon. Okay, so we were on Moses, and Moses was out in the wilderness. He fled from Pharaoh because he had done the thing that I don't like to say. Yeah, destroyed someone. And and he married Zipporah, and he said, I have become a foreigner in a foreign land. Now during that long period, we're on page 45. Okay. Where was I? During that long period, the king of Egypt died. The Israelites groaned in their slavery and cried out, and their cry for help because of their slavery went up to God. God heard their groaning, and he remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. So God looked on the Israelites and was concerned about them. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law. So he was just doing what?
Working.
Just doing his normal every day. Sometimes we get tired of our normal every day, but that is what Moses was doing when the Lord is about to call him. The priest of Midian. Okay, he was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, who was the priest of Midian. Priest is a little too loud, babe. And he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up. When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, Here I am. Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. Here is a note down at the bottom. It says the word holy or holiness. The common literal meaning is set apart. God is holy and fundamentally different from humans because of his purity, perfection. However, God invites people to be holy and live in a way that is set apart to serve him. He's also fundamentally different from us because of his very nature. He is a spirit, and he is God, and we are not God. I feel like that's a big difference. It's not just that he's sinless that makes him different, but he's God. That's just, he's just different. Then he said, well, he's different, but now he's chosen to be one with us, right?
Right.
So we have the very nature of God in us. Then he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. At this, Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God. The Lord said, I have indeed, Cal, I want you to play with your stuff and him to play with his stuff and be listening. The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. It's the home of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
Woo!
There are a lot of enemies in that land, but he said, I'm going to bring you there, and it's a wide open land, and it's a good land. But getting there is going to be difficult. Well, he didn't say that, but it is. So, and now the cry of the Israelites has reached me. I'm so thankful that he hears us and he responds to us, that God just doesn't hear us and ignore us. That is what I mean when I talk about how important it is for parents to respond to their children when they cry and to teach them. Even when I was sleep training you. Yeah, that stuff is a little too loud, babe. When you were just babies and I was sleep training you, I would only let you cry for 3 minutes. At first it was only 1 minute because I wanted you to know, number one, I'm teaching you that you need to go to sleep. But number two, that if you need me, I'm here. And that I haven't left you, and that when you cry out, somebody responds to your call. And that's a very important seed to plant in the heart of your child, is that if you do need me, I'm here. Yes, it's your responsibility to go to sleep, but if you need me, I'm here. So now go, the Lord said. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? That's a really tall task. For one, Moses has been humiliated, and he's a wanted man, meaning that he's committed a crime, and now they are, if he comes back, he could be probably put to death for his crime. But he's also going to go tell the ruler of the land, hey, these are my people, and I'm going to have to go take them. That's a really...
It's not, I mean, there's a reason why everyday people don't walk up to the president and say, hey, you're going to do this.
Yes, that is more what it's like. And God said, I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? Then what shall I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. That's what whenever he says that, I always remember Jesus in the garden when he said, you know, who are you? And he was like, I am. And he like blew off his feet.
I know, like, I think that's sort of a cool thing. Since, like, he said, and the soldiers were approaching him, they asked him who he was, he said, I am. And all of them,
He flew out of his shoes, probably out of his sandals.
You know another funny part I consider? When Peter slashed off his ear, and Jesus just naturally picked it up off the ground. Disgusting.
Yeah,
And put it back on his head. Said, Peter, man.
So God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation. Moses said to the Lord, pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past, nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. So Moses wasn't very good. He wasn't, now that I'm stumbling on my words, he wasn't able to speak very well. And especially if you get in a situation where you have to speak to somebody in power, how do you think that makes it better? It makes it easier to speak?
No, it's not like, you're like, if you're already stuttering and you're in front of a king, you're like, hello.
So yeah, it makes it more difficult.
Did he just walk up to the palace?
I don't really know. But he was raised in the Pharaoh's palace, so he did have access, I think. The Lord said to him, who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak, and I will teach you what to say. But Moses said, pardon your servant, Lord. He's like, just one more thing.
Pardon me.
Please, he
My
said.
last argument.
He said, please send someone else.
He said,
One more thing.
One more thing. I quit.
Then the Lord's anger burned against Moses, and he said, what about your brother? So the Lord is angry because the Lord just said, I will be with you. Stop worrying. I will help you. But still Moses tells him no. The Lord, he tells no. Anyway, how many of us tell the Lord no? What about your brother Aaron the Levite, said the Lord. I know he can speak well. He is already on his way to meet you, and he will be glad to see you. You shall speak to him and put words in his mouth.
Levi?
Aaron the Levite. Aaron was the priest. Oh, well, I guess he's not the priest yet, but he will be. He's going to be the priest over the tabernacle. I will help you both. I will help both of you to speak and will teach you what to do. He will speak to the people for you, and it will be as if he were your mouth and as if you were God to him. Whoa. Didn't see that before. But take this staff in your hand so you can perform the signs with it. All right, we're going to stop there. We're on page 47. We'll pick back up. Yeah, that's kind of, we read a lot. We'll pick back up there tomorrow. All right, bye.